Welcome to the Trader's Help Desk Online Video Collection. In this video, I'm actually going to go through the Wyckoff Upthrust. And this morning, early this morning, I sent out an email saying that we had a potential for a Wyckoff Upthrust on both the Euro and the Swiss franc. Now I want to show you how details are so important in identifying setups. So let's go through the Wyckoff Upthrust. First, price makes a high. We call this the supply line. Now I have marked that with this dotted line over here. Price has made a high. And I draw a line off of that high. This is called the supply line. Price then retraces off the high and moves down. You can see that price retraced back to the ATR and made an isolated low. Okay, price then comes back to the supply line on an increase of volume that is at least 40% greater than the high that formed the supply line. Okay, price did come back, made a new high, and it was on volume that was 50% greater. Wyckoff used 50%. I have lowered it to 40% in my own trading. Now this is the detail that never came through. Price closes below the supply line. As you can see, price never came back and closed below the supply line. Therefore, although it was a potential upthrust, it never came to fruition. Now, I was watching the 3-minute at the same time, and the 3-minute actually developed an upthrust as well. You have an isolated high, pulls down and makes an isolated low, comes back and makes a new high. It does it on volume that is 40% greater. As you can see, the ATR just went flat, and they have come back continuously to test this supply line. Now I think a couple of times it did close one tick under the supply line, but each time that it came back, it was doing so on the verging volume. That's the reason I knew that it would not come to fruition as far as the upthrust on the 45-minute. If this had been a true upthrust, we would have had a lot of downward movement, and it would have closed below 32.68, and it would not have been by one simple tick. It would have been a strong close beneath the supply line. This is why it's so important to know all of the rules and make sure all of the rules are actually adhered to, not just a portion is completed.